All right.
Ow. See,
Ooh.
I did 3 slaps. He did fucking, what, 2?
That's 3 now.
You have
Even.
a beard to pat it, dude.
Yeah, but I went up top.
You know,
4.
Oh,
5.
fuck, dude.
All right, left. All right, enough, dude. Enough.
Ow, fuck, dude,
Ow,
dude.
ow.
That hurt, man.
This week, the Fiends watched
Slapface.
What was that?
She doesn't eat up the bad kids. She's their friend.
So this is a Shudder original.
Shud.
They have not sponsored us to review this movie. This is completely on our own. To be completely transparent.
One of these days, though.
So what is it about, Michael?
A boy deals with the loss of his mother by creating a dangerous relationship with a monster rumored to live in the woods.
Yeah, there's other things that live in the woods too.
True.
So we do not know what each other thought. I'm going to ask you first. I'm very curious. What did you think of Slapface?
Slapface. I will say that I did not like this movie. I think that it spawned from a short film, and not all shorts should be made into full feature-length films. The acting was not good. I didn't like the monster, or whatever you want to call her, Vagaro, whatever the fuck it is. I just overall didn't like Slapface. Mikey, what did you think about the Slapface?
Wow, man, this might be a fun one because, yeah, unlike you, I am 100% confident in saying that I definitely didn't like this film. You said it with a little bit of a whimpery voice, as you usually do. A lot of things whimpery, you know what I mean?
Natural tone, take it easy.
So, yeah, I'm with you, dude. Like you said, it was based on a short from 2017, which I'm watching. I did not know that while I was watching the movie. And like 30 minutes in, I'm like, this is a short film. This is a short film. There's not enough in this story for it to be stretched out into an hour and 30-minute movie. So I didn't like it. There are a couple like cool things that I appreciate that they tried to do, right? Practical effects, getting a little deeper, a little metaphoric level about grief, and yeah, I get it. But overall, a movie has to be entertaining. And I just don't think that this movie was entertaining. I don't think it was scary, and I don't think it can hold your attention for more than like 15 minutes. So
You don't get it. It's something just for us.
There's something I gotta know. Are you good or evil?
Yeah, I mean, I want to say in the first 10 minutes, I was on board. I'm going, oh, okay. You know, this little kid, he goes out there, he goes to this weird looking, like anytime you have like an abandoned anything, I'm like, oh, I'm in for that. Why not? Come on.
it's where you were born, man.
And he buries the photo of his mom and like does this little thing where he cuts his blood over him. Like, whoa, we're going to learn more about this. Like, is this a sack? Like, where did he learn to do this? Is he trying to bring his mom back or something like that? That never comes back into it. You don't even see anything that would like lead him to know to try to do that. You know what I'm trying to say? Like,
yeah, they do show him researching the legends online.
Sure.
So you got to assume that that's where he got it from.
I assumed that.
I don't think you did because you're waiting for answers.
I want more answers though.
Yeah, so it's about a kid who lost both of his parents in an accident. I don't know why I was like so focused on the mom, but we know his dad was a dick. And I will say the first shot of the film got me because it's a kid on a couch, like a 10-year-old kid, however old he is, and he just gets smacked in the face so hard. But I didn't know if it was his dad. I didn't know who. It was the first shot of the movie. I'm like, what the fuck? Turns out it's a game that him and his brother play. They slap each other in the face. So it was striking for the movie to start off like that. I was like, oh, all right, I'm giving him props because little kids getting hit in the face by someone older, you don't see that a lot. So I was, okay, I'm in for that. Then he goes to this abandoned, whatever it was, asylum, plants a picture of his mom. Okay, he finds this scraggly old witch thing in a hood, which I was like, oh, this came because he buried the picture of his mom. So this has something to do with that. So they kept it kind of ambiguous there, but I felt like you did get enough of that. Like, I feel like we didn't need any more exposition, all the articles from the witch and other accidents and stuff. So that wasn't my problem with it. I don't know. That just, I didn't find that as a hindrance to it. I understood what it was.
I didn't need more exposition. I just was hoping he was going to bring up what he did later to someone. That's all I'm trying to say. That's it.
Okay.
Yeah. The character, the actor, I could not believe how bad he was.
There's something I gotta know. Are you good or evil?
The acting was terrible in this movie. Would you agree?
Well, yeah, I mean, he's a kid, though. I don't want to be hard on kids.
I do.
I know you do. He wasn't the best actor, and it's tough. It's a low-budget film. It's kind of hard to get. You can't get Jacob Tremblay rolling on set.
I didn't expect that.
So, I don't think he was the best actor. And, again, that's like you need things. If you have again, I like what they were doing with the practical effects and this small contained story and this mythos that was built and the lore of this witch and the metaphors of grief. Like, I'm down for all of that stuff. Something about it was, you use the word a lot, flat. You're like, oh, this movie was flat. This character was flat. Again, definition of flat is this movie. There's no rising tension, momentum. Nothing's building in it. It is the definition of a short film. This is a good short film, good idea. 9 minutes, see you later. Not an hour and 30.
Oh, and the fact, this guy got a budget to go make this off of that short, obviously. But it's like, man, I wish they would have went from 9 minutes to 30 minutes and then build on that. Like, this feels like it could be like an episode of something, right? Like an episode of like some anthology, or I don't know. Like, it had it felt familiar almost. I'm like, oh, like I feel like I know where this is gonna go. And then it just never surpassed any bar. It never, bars, dude. It never climbed up past those bars.
Spit them all the time, dude. Yep.
He does.
These dudes just spit shit like they've been butt-fucked in the face. But hey!
The fact that they're showing too much of what they call on IMDb the monster, I think it was Vagaro, I think.
It's a witch. Yeah, it's like a witch. Yep.
I think they showed too much. I think that there was no suspense left in seeing the face, because within the first half hour, you get a lot of the monster, where it was just, now there's no more imagination for me to try to figure out what's it going to look like, because the trailer did a great job, as most trailers do, of not showing that. The whole time I saw the trailer, I go, I can't wait to see what that face looks like.
Yeah.
Find out within 15 minutes.
Well, yeah, but you really don't see the face. See what that was they kept it in the shadows a bit, and it was making me mad, but I'm like, all right, they probably don't have the best prosthetics. It's like you never get a clear shot, well lit thing of the face. It's only like shapes, and it's all in dark shadows. I changed every setting on my TV to try to be like, oh my God, can I see? They always keep it in shadows, and I feel like they, at least at the end, should have given you more of a clear shot of the face. But as far as showing the monster, yeah, they show you like that it's just like a guy in a fucking mask and that's it. But they did do a good job of keeping the face pretty well shadowed to where you can't make out the feature. Like, you can't really see exactly what that thing looks like.
I disagree. I feel like by the end of it, I knew exactly.
Okay,
I think I can draw
send me a picture of that.
Sure.
Go home.
Sure.
Take a photo.
I'll screen grab it.
Send me a thing,
No
and
problem.
it can't be affected. You can't try to raise
I
the
would
brightness
never.
and shit. Okay.
I'm going to screen grab it from the movie. I wish that there was more of a reveal towards the end. More of a reveal, because I just felt like it was, the opposite of Jaws. We saw too much early. That was my problem.
Okay. All right. I get it. I didn't have that problem because I feel like that's what they were doing. It's a friend. It's a little kid making a friend with a monster. So you need to be able to see the monster. What I think would have been better is if you made it scarier in the beginning, where it would come visit him at night and was only in half shadow. His room was pitch black, and that's what I would have liked better. I don't care really that it was but it was just like broad daylight, and they're just like walking in the woods. Like, that's what I didn't like. I felt like it should have been revealed. The entire monster should have been revealed in a scary way. The kid was never like threatened by it. There was never really like a creepy factor in it. And that's all you have to do with this kind of movie. Let's do creepy scenes. You have a kid, you have some okay makeup or whatever, and a kind of decent costume. Have that thing like crawling through the window with like making sounds, and the kid's like, what? That's all you have to do. And we're like, oh, it's a scary scene. All right, cool. Next. And it slowly goes on. They didn't do that one time. It just starts to chase him out of the. I'm like, wait. Again, I like what they were trying to do, but I have to judge it harshly because it's at the end of the day, it didn't feel entertaining at all.
Right. And yeah, I mean, I would have loved it to be creepier and scarier, and all the points you just said were great. And yeah, guys, in this movie, he's seeking this monster. Not only is he seeking, he gets the fucking shit scared the fuck out of him first, and the next day he's like, I'm going back.
He summoned the monster, basically, though. See what I'm saying? No, I'm saying, like, he's seeking it. He summoned it.
He's summoned. He's a seeker. He's a seeker.
He's a summoned seeker.
He's a summoned seeker. So I just remember, having a very similar thought to you of like, man, I would have loved more night scenes. Dude, him at the window, or even him inside the room in the dark corner, and you don't, dude, I'm getting chills thinking about that right now. I wish I could have saw that, Mikey. But guess what? We didn't.
The monster is a female, though.
Yes. Did I say him?
You said him. I'm like, wait, did I fuck that up?
No, definitely female. Because in the short, it's definitely male. So they definitely did a little swapperoo. But, oh, dude, 100%. Because she's Vigaro.
Yeah, and she's trying on the dress and stuff like
my
that.
Bad. I said see him in the corner. That was my fault.
I'm making sure it's not a transgender man in a Trans Am, with Steven Van Zandt,
We'd have to ask the writer, I guess.
There's not much of a story to it. It's more of this kid loses his parents and he's kind of lost, and I took it as this is like a manifestation of his grief and how it's like ruining the lives of everyone around him. But then at the end, there's like a bullying message that comes on the screen. I'm like, oh, wait, no, it's about bullying. I'm like, okay, I didn't really get a bullying vibe from this movie. There's like a couple girls that are making fun of him, but he's dating one of them.
Come back here, pig! Stop! Mariah! Spit on him.
It wasn't bully. It was grief to me. That's what I got from it, or abuse. Like that's the only. I didn't get like a bullying thing from it, but I guess this was just a fucking bully ad.
Yeah, no, you're right. The whole time I'm thinking, and we were that age, dude, right? We
were we? We were that age at some point.
You forgot.
Dude?
You forgot, but I remember.
What?
We were that age. And I'm like, look, there's no way it would have just never happened that two girls, I'm assuming they're around the same age, right? That these two twins girls would be bullying me. Like, it just wouldn't happen. And I know what you're thinking.
What?
But it wouldn't happen. You'd be like, yeah, no, it could happen to you, but it wasn't, all right? I wasn't always the shortest, Mikey. I sprouted up later, okay? Anyway, what I wanted to say was, it would have been...
screaming.
I scream sometimes.
I know.
It would have been way more effective. Just throwing this out there, I kept imagining the two twin bullies as two twin dudes, and that's their younger sister that he's dating secretly.
Sure.
I would have been all over that. I just wish that there was more. I wish there was more scary scenes. I wish there was more atmosphere that was being built. I wish there was less of the monster. Face. I just, man. But again, it's just this is not a script for 90 minutes.
Yeah, it's not a script for 90 minutes, and I never felt that there was this relationship between the kid and the witch. Like I didn't feel, and that's the heart of but that's like the main goal of this movie is to buy that this kid has a relationship with this monster. And I just never bought it at any point. There was never any moment of like connection where you're like, oh yeah, you're a kid. You don't know, like you find a cool witch monster thing in the woods, you might be like, oh wow, like I'm kind of curious. I kind of want to, dabble a little bit. I didn't buy that. It was like, oh, we're just going to shoot the next scene, and now it's angry. Now it's going to be nice to him. Now it didn't strike me as anything real. There's a movie called Satan's Little Helper about this little kid who thinks that his sister's boyfriend is in a costume on Halloween. They go around, but it's really a fucking serial killer. It's a nice little low-budget movie, better than this, but it's about like a kid kind of being misconstrued and misguided into hanging out with a malicious force. So that's why I'm comparing it. I like that. I enjoyed it. I've seen it a couple times. I actually enjoy that movie. So that's kind of what I wanted out of this, was like the tone of it's wrong. Like, the tone is wrong for me. If you're going to do this big grief and bullying and depressing and bleak and dark thing, then don't make it that a kid has to like befriend this witch, because that's kind of a campy, goofy idea. You need to have it teetering that line, and this was too bleak and too bland and boring and dull for to have any fun with that. So
Yeah, like the scenes when they try to have fun, I just go, this isn't fun. Like when they're breaking everything in the house together, I'm like, this is lame. When's this fucking thing over? And there was a half an hour left.
Oh, yeah.
Oh gosh, it's just one of those examples of long, short films. This is exactly what this was. It felt forever.
LSF. That's exactly what this is.
It's our new brand.
LSF. All right. Any other brain busters?
I wish I had more authentic brain bust BBs as we call them, but I just don't. What about you?
No, again, I was really excited for it. Shudder original.
Yeah.
I love low budget stuff. So I was like, oh, yeah, cool. It's going to be a nice little small story. And the pieces were there to do it. I just don't think they took the short and said, all right, what's this idea? What do we need to add to it to kind of stretch it out? Which happens a lot, right? Like Mama was like, oh, cool short. You have to add stuff to stretch it out. And it's like, some people like it, some people didn't, whatever. I'm not here to say if that's a good movie. I just think you have to add stuff to a short, story-wise, plot-wise, character-wise, anything-wise, to make it go and stretch out,
A la
right?
Babadook.
Babadook, perfect example. What were the good parts? How do we flesh them out, you know? How do we flesh them out?
What is that?
It's a fucking great symbol for fleshing out characters.
All right. All right, you heard it here first, folks. That's fleshing it out. Yeah. That's the best example, and it's like every movie, every short aspires to be like that, like a Mama, like a Babadook. But they do. They always lights out. There you go. Wasn't the best example, but great idea. Let's stretch Armstrong it into 90 minutes and fail, right? Because overall, I don't think most people like this movie.
It has great reviews on Rotten Tomatoes. How insane is that?
What does it have on RT?
Oh, it has like a fucking 80-something? Yeah.
Maybe I only saw IMDb.
The critics have, and the users like a 90-something or whatever. It's like huge scores, man.
Oh my Lord.
But I think it's because of the anti-bullying message. That's what I think why it has good reviews.
All right. I didn't get anti-bullying once.
What? No. Yeah, but you know what I'm saying with
Yeah,
that?
100%.
Oh.
I know what you're saying.
What am I saying?
You're saying that, well, you too are also saying that because of the anti-bully message, people feel prone to be like, oh, no, good job on that.
Good on you, mate.
Fuck the police coming straight from the underground.
I don't see that.
It's like it's politically motivated of like, oh, we got to give an anti-bullying movie a good score. No, fuck that, dude. You bully, but a movie's got to be good, okay? And this movie's not.
You have to give me your score first.
I
always
have
will.
to do before I
We'll do one thing a slap on the way out, but
before
yeah, go ahead.
before I bury you in the dirt, dude, you know what I'm saying? And raise you up. I'm going to give this movie an A for effort, absolutely, but the result is going to be a 4.5. I just don't think it's good. What about you?
I was going to go a solid 4.0 as I gave it on IMDb.
Okay. All right.
Budget was probably like, what, 100,000?
Nah, yeah, I would
Maybe
a little bit more.
200 grand,
yeah,
500
exactly. Are we going to slap each other in the face, though, real quick, or no?
We shouldn't. You know,
We shouldn't?
Maybe we shouldn't. I don't want to fuck up your glasses and stuff. You know?
All right. Just do like...
A light one?
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, my.
That was kind of hard, right?
You slapped yourself.
Yeah.
Do we
Oh,
slap
man.
ourselves on the way out?
Yeah.
All right.
Ow. See, I did 3 slaps. He did fucking, what, 2?
That's 3 now.
You have
Even.
a beard to pat it, dude.
Yeah, but I went up top.
You know,
4?
ah.
4.
Oh,
5?
you
5.
fucked.
All right, left.
Ah.
All right, enough, dude. Enough.
Ow. Fuck, dude.
Ow.
That hurt, man. All right, now that our
You
face
kinda
is
went-
fucking...
You went a little hard there, Mikey.
Thanks for slapping by the watch one more time.
As always.
We're going to be back next time with a probably longer movie than Slapface.
Probably.